Chelsea, I know it may not seem like a big deal to have unprotected sex while you're high, but I'm a pediatrician and I take care of babies born addicted to heroin, cocaine, whatever their moms are doing, and what we're about to show you is not pretty.
Yeah.
Take a watch this here.
So what sort of drugs are you seeing babies on here?
Cocaine to heroin to methadone. There isn't a baby here that has one drug in their system. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different drugs in their system.
So what are some of the typical withdrawal symptoms you tend to see a lot in these babies?
We see a lot of tremors, so their body's shaking. They do a lot of hand wringing and grabbing at their faces, crying and irritable, a real high-pitched cry.
How did you first get into drugs?
When I was 9 years old, my dad had got me hooked on heroin.
Once we got together, we just kind of went hardcore into everything that we could get our hands on.
You guys feel much guilt?
I'm ashamed of it all. Like, it hurt really bad. We both shed a lot of tears over this.
Ashley, right now, Brittany is in our studio. She's addicted to meth, marijuana, and alcohol, and she's had 2 miscarriages so far. What would you say to somebody like that?
If you know that you're pregnant and you're messing around and doing drugs and thinking it's gonna be okay, it's not.
Right, so this is little Maxine, and she just got here.
Mom was using methamphetamine. Apparently, Mom didn't know she was pregnant, so she didn't have any prenatal care.
As you can see, this baby has no subcutaneous fat, and she was basically starved in the womb.
This is Susie. She's been here 3 weeks, and unfortunately, she has not had any visitors.
So nobody's come and see her for 3 weeks? How somebody can have another life inside them and just not care to do what they need to do to just get off a drug just long enough for the baby's sake. I remember being such a proud papa, and now that little girl is driving a car around. I don't get to see her much anymore. I bet your mama's missing you too, deep down. I bet she is.
You can see this woman here, she's pregnant, and surrounding her are, cocaine, marijuana, drugs that may be from a doctor. And what happens is this goes right into your system, and your baby's going to be smoking the marijuana, and it's going to be smoking the crack as well. And basically what happens is there's this barrier here, this placenta, but it doesn't protect the baby from everything. Things get through to the baby through the umbilical cord. So you have the umbilical cord that is attached to the placenta, and what happens is these drugs, especially like cocaine, they will decrease the amount of oxygen that gets to the baby because of the vessels getting constricted, because this acts on the vessels going to the baby. This is the cord, and all the nutrients and things that go to the baby are going through here. So its supply is being diminished. So here you have the baby inside. Remember, your baby's smoking, your baby's doing the alcohol, your baby's doing the same drugs that you are, and it's causing baby to work harder. It's causing this baby's heart to speed up. And then what does that do to baby? What can happen is with these vessels, premature labor can start, cause what we call precipitous labor, cause contractions, cause the placenta to separate and cause bleeding behind here. And what happens with that is that not only is the mom bleeding, but the baby is bleeding too. So baby can die, and this is the baby dying here. The color's going dark. This is a dead baby. Mommy can die. And you all said you also wanted to have babies afterwards. If you don't die and you're bleeding to death, the other thing we have to do sometimes is remove your uterus. And you may not ever be able to have a child again. So those are the consequences. You can die, your baby can die, and I see this all the time. I delivered a woman with a crack pipe in her bra. She was 15 years old, and she came in precipitous labor, delivered that baby. Baby died. She ended up dying a day later.